everybody. If this is your first time here, my name is Audrey and I make content about all things wellness. If you like what you see on this live, please consider staying by subscribing. It is definitely a vibe over here. And if you are recapping, today's topic is coping mechanisms. So, what are the things that we do to cope when we're having a hard time? So, I'm just going to wait for the notification to go out so that people can join and we can start on the live. And the word the word of the day today is Kutenda. Kutenda means being grateful. That's what it means. Being grateful. Kutenda. Thanking. Being grateful. Okay. So let me just check if the notification has gone out. And we can, yeah, it's out. And we can start. So today is a interesting morning. And I have news, which is not my news, but stay tuned to find out whose news it is and what the news is because it is exciting. Sandile, good morning. Sawubona, Sawubona Sandile. Thank you so much for joining the live. Sandile, you have a profile picture now. Does that mean you have a YouTube channel now? Because if you do, I would love to subscribe to you because you're always supporting me. Mangwanani Dineo, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you because of what you shared with us the other time. I was just a little bit worried, but I'm so happy to see you on my live. How are you doing today? So Sandile and Dineo, the word of the day today is Kutenda. Kutenda means being grateful or thanking someone. And the topic for today is coping mechanisms. So I'm going to share some of the things that I do to cope when I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, and when I just need a break, when I'm feeling exhausted. So I will start with my coping mechanisms, but as I do so, could you please write some of your coping mechanisms in the comments as well? I'm very happy to hear that, absolutely happy to hear that. Yes, we thank God that you are doing better and getting stronger. To be honest, Sandile, I was one of the people that assumed that you were female. It was only on Alice's live yesterday that she said my brother. And the moment she said that, I was like, oh, I thought I thought he was a girl, but thank you for clarifying that. Thank you very much, because I think a lot of people were really confused, yeah, including me. So yes, Kutenda, the gift of life. Exactly. We are definitely so grateful for that. That is a beautiful gift that we get every morning, the gift of health as well. Sometimes we take it for granted that we are in good health. So we are grateful for good health and we're thankful to Notenda for you feeling stronger and also for having someone as supportive as Sandile, even though people assume that he is a girl. Okay, so as you come into the live, please don't forget to like the live, guys. So I will start with, I think, the easiest way I find, or the easiest manner I cope when I'm feeling overwhelmed, and that is food. I think that food is part of a culture. Ashika, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining the live. And I think you like the live already, which is amazing. Thank you very much. And please also consider liking, subscribing to my channel. The live today, we are talking about coping mechanisms. So, how do you cope when you are feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling low, and when you're feeling exhausted? And I was about to tell you my first coping mechanism, and everyone was about to share what they do to cope as well. So, yes. So, food for me represents culture. It represents culture not only as a nation, but also as a tribe, but in its primary form as a family. So, because I am away from home most of the time, I use food as a coping mechanism anytime I'm feeling homesick. So I will definitely cook a Zimbabwean dish. And as I'm eating it, I always reminisce on the memories that I had when I was having that particular dish back at home. And I think that food is a way for people to cope, and it's a mechanism for a lot of people. But as with anything, food can be taken to the extreme and then it becomes a disorder, but that's not what we're talking about today. So everything in moderation, and if you're using something as a coping mechanism, you have to make sure that you're doing it in moderation. Okay, so the next thing that I would like to say that I do when I'm trying to cope with situations is I watch a lot of old movies or cartoons. I watch a lot of cartoons that I watched when I was younger. And for me, it's something very comforting because number one, I know exactly what's going to happen. Number two, I remember how I was feeling when I was a child. And also, the cartoons that I watched when I was younger, they were all about magic and you having the power to change everything, and that everything can be solved with love. So, for example, Care Bears and My Little Pony, they're always talking about friendship and love and being able to do anything you put your mind to. So sometimes I feel like with those old cartoons, I don't know about the new ones, because sometimes I realize that the new cartoons have some hidden agendas. Maybe ours did as well, but I never saw the innuendos. For example, when I rewatch those cartoons, I don't see the innuendos, I don't see the hidden agendas. So I'm really comfortable with those particular cartoons. And I feel like when I have children, when I do want them to watch TV, those are the cartoons that I will expose them to. So, yes, I always feel a sense of comfort when I am watching things like that because they have a lot of motivation. They're always telling you can do it. They can tell you that love solves everything. Friendship is all you need. So, I really think that that helps me to cope a lot. Oh, yes, Dre, I would even bake my mom's recipe. I did not realize I was using it to cope. Yes. That one meal that you know that your mom used to make it in a certain manner, when you taste the food, it's like you're getting a hug from your mom. So yeah, I totally understand that. Dino also said I listen to music. Yes, me too. And with me, it's usually gospel music. So 90% of the time, when I need to cope with something, I listen to gospel music. It's loud everywhere in the house. I'm singing. Sometimes I cry. My hands are up there in the air. I'm praising when I'm cleaning, when I'm doing everything. And by the end of that session, you feel so much better. Um, yes, Janelle. It always helps me out. Ashika said, my coping mechanism is listening to music and going out to relax. Where do you go? Where do you go when you go out? Do you go out in nature? Do you go out for coffee? Do you go out for drinks? What exactly do you do? But I understand that aspect of actually getting out of your house. That's important because sometimes we're feeling overwhelmed in our house, probably because you have a lot of things to do. Maybe you have a lot of deadlines, maybe you have an assignment to submit, or you have something for work you have to submit, or there's a pile of laundry and you have to clean. All of that can just put a downer on your mood. Sometimes just stepping out and taking a walk helps you to cope with the situation, and you come back with a fresh mind. Danelle said, "Oh my word, that is so true." Yes, Danelle. We don't know exactly why we do some things, but it also helps us to cope. Yes, me too. It's so comforting. Very, very. We have virtual hugs from the memories that we have created over time, the good memories we have created over time. So it is really important to go through that. Ashika said, "My friends drag me out of the house if I'm feeling down." You have very good friends. You have very good friends, Ashika, because that really helps. Like I said, sometimes what's stressing you out is just the fact that you're in your head. Because as human beings, we tend to think a lot. We tend to overthink, actually. And because of that, it's easier for you to get out of your head when you're not in a familiar space. So those are really good friends, Ashika. Keep them close. Good morning, Catherine. How are you doing? And thank you for the thumbs up. We have GTG, handsome 3, a beautiful lady. Thank you very much. Good morning. So Ashika and GTG, because it's my first time seeing you on this live, please click that subscribe button up there. And when you have time, please also watch one of my videos and leave me a message so I know you are part of the family. Lungi Mangwanani, how are you doing? Can I just say beautiful skin? Thank you so much, Dineo. Thank you very much. Sometimes what you need to cope is to just get online and have genuinely hearted people giving you compliments. That is so, so amazing. Thank you so much, guys. So, Ashika, Catherine, GTG, and Lungi, we are talking about coping mechanisms. What do you do to cope when you're feeling overwhelmed? And so far, with the help of Dineo and Ashika, we have come up with 3 coping mechanisms, which are comfort food, listening to music, and oh, 4 then, getting out of the house so we free up our mind, and also I watch old school cartoons because it reminds me of a time when I was younger. I didn't have responsibilities. All I had to do was cry to my parents and they would do everything for me. So I really use that as motivation. Really? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So you are an oldie but a goodie. Thank you very much, ETG. I am very grateful for that. I'm feeling down. If I'm feeling down, I just take a nap and I always wake up feeling better. Sandile, you are just like my best friend. Anytime she sleeps for maybe 3 to 4 hours in the afternoon, I can always tell that something is wrong with her. But when she does wake up, she feels so much better. That is a perfect coping mechanism. That is great. And I'm happy it makes you feel better. Lungi said, I go to gym, church, and eat. So yes, gym. Actually, the reason why I started the gym, Lungi, was because when I moved here, it was really exciting because I was in a different country. I was starting my master's degree. But what I had been sold moving to Cyprus and what actually happened when I got here were 2 different things. For example, even the degree that I wanted to study, I couldn't study it because it was in a different language and they didn't state that. So I had to switch the particular specification of the degree that I wanted to do. and it was also hard for me to get a job. And I had left Zimbabwe already working in a managerial position, so I had already asserted my independence before I moved here. And then I had to now start hustling and doing a lot of business just to get by. So I was really, really low for a very long time, and I started going to the gym, and I have never looked back since. Well, except for the year break that I did, but that was because of a different circumstance. But yes, definitely, definitely going to the gym also helps me, and church. Yes, there's something about being in fellowship with people, especially for me when I'm at home, because they sing our songs in my language, and that touches me a lot more than English sometimes. So I really can relate to that. Catherine said, mine is listening to music, praise songs, dance, and baking. Ah, of course, baking would be there. Of course, baking would be there. That is so therapeutic. When you're cooking and you're seeing what you're doing coming into fruition, and then you are decorating it, I'm sure that's very much therapeutic. Praise songs, yes, and dance. Oh, yeah. I used to dance a lot. I used to dance a lot, but I don't have the, I don't want to say the time, because we all have time, but sometimes I can't find who to dance with. Let me just put it that way. So GTG said drinking, grown up business, talking to friends, and reading the Bible, coping mechanisms that are 10 out of 10. So, can I ask you a question? When you drink, where do you stop? I'm asking because remember when we spoke about food, I said that sometimes you have to be moderate with how much food you eat or how much you drink. So when you are having a glass of wine, a beer, shots, that's a great coping mechanism. But I want to know where you stop. I want to know where you stop. Yes, I also sleep when it's too much. Yeah. It's a great way. But yes, GTG, I agree with you. All of the things that you have said, they are very great coping mechanisms. Sia said, hi Dre, hi guys, good morning Sia, how are you doing? They say baking is therapeutic, Catherine. Yes. And also when I you're my free therapist, huh? Thanks a lot. You are most welcome, my pleasure. When I cook, when I bake, especially when I smell vanilla, because vanilla is my favorite scent. Like all of my fragrances have vanilla except one, because I just love the smell of vanilla. I don't know where it started. Maybe now I'm trying to dig back into my memories as well. Why I have this love for vanilla. Maybe it's because of my grandmother. Because my grandmother used to bake all the time. And when she did, you could smell vanilla around the house. Maybe that's where that came from. Because I stayed with my grandmother for a long time in primary school. Because my school was close to where she lived. So maybe that's where it came from. Interesting. Mooney Tooney. Hi, good morning, and how are you? Please don't forget to like the live as you come in. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Catherine said, very therapeutic to me, Lungi. I feel bored when I don't do that, and I don't think when I'm baking or cooking. Nice. Very nice. The ghosted lady, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. So today we are talking about coping mechanisms. What do you do when you're feeling overwhelmed and when you're feeling low? What are some of the things that you do that help you feel better? And secondly, today's word of the day is kutenda, which means giving thanks or being grateful for something. Kutenda. Kutenda means being grateful or thanking. I am also glad that you joined the live, the ghosted lady. I'm so happy to see you here. Sia said, for me, it's music. Sorry, I'm baking Dre, so I'll answer here and there. No problem, Sia. No problem. You're doing something that is therapeutic to you as well, I hope. So, thank you so much for joining. Music, yes, definitely. And I find that I don't know if I'm getting old or what, but I don't enjoy new music anymore. I don't. It's very rare for me to find a new song that I really relate to. But you see, old school music, I can play old school music all the time, and it's really therapeutic for me. Lungi said, my cousin's name is Tatenda. Yes, Tatenda means we are grateful. Yes, we are grateful. So they're thanking God for your cousin. That is so beautiful. I also have a cousin whose name is Tatenda. Daneo and Kathy, Sia is greeting you. Nope, I'm very anxious. I'm late for it. Sorry, Sia. Sorry, but I'm sure you are going to get it done on time. Lungi said, sounds similar to Kutenda. Is her name perhaps Shona? I know her dad was not from SA. Yes, it is a Shona name. It is. It means we are grateful. So they are thanking God for her. Yes. Danelle said, hang in there, Sia. I'm sure you're doing well. Yes. Sia, we know you got this. Sia, let me come and assist. Oh, yeah. There you go. Is it a sous chef when you're baking? I don't know. The person who helps you, I don't know if that also applies to baking. I know it does to cooking, but please let me know. Quentin says, hi guys. So, what's also therapeutic is to just be quiet. No music, no talking, just silence, just to balance your energy. Yes, Quentin. I was also about to list that down because I am fortunate enough that all the apartments I have lived in, they always have blackout curtains. So I just close my curtains and I'm in the dark, and it helps me to quiet the noise because in our minds as human beings we're always thinking and we always have a lot of noise, and we add noise when we are watching the news, when we are on our phones. We also add the noise when people are saying many different things into our ears. So sometimes it is good just to recenter your thoughts, just be quiet. Yes, that is amazing coping strategy. Sia, Lungi is sending you hugs. Thanks for the translation. You're my angel. You are welcome. It is my pleasure. Thank you guys. Dineo, wow, Quentin. Yes, that is really important. We need quiet. We never get the quiet. Actually, there is a lady that I was following on TikTok, and she had this challenge of quiet walks, and she was saying that now because of, well, she didn't say now because of technology, because she is very young, so she grew up with technology, but she said that she's now going on quiet walks and people were going on this challenge with her. And then someone commented and said, how is this a challenge? Because this is what we grew up, and how is this new? We grew up without, we started with a Walkman, right? Walkman, Discman, then iPod, then a smartphone. But as our parents and grandparents were growing up, they didn't have all of that. So when they were walking, and it was usually in nature before all this development, they were just walking in silence. The birds were their music. So it is very important for us to get back to that. I think as human beings now, with all this technology at our fingertips, we hardly ever get the quiet that we need. Okay, Lungi, can you find his channel now, or can you follow him now? If not, let me know so I can put a spanner, a moderator spanner on his name. Yes, I always add blackout when I make bedroom curtains. Yes, it's very, very important, especially here because um, in summer, sunrise is I think about 5:45 to 6 a.m. and then sunset is like 8:30 to quarter to 9. So we have really long days. And if you want to sleep in, it's very difficult if you don't have blackout curtains. Dineo said, Lungi, I was also struggling, but I ended up finding it. Yeah, me too. I couldn't find him for the longest time. It was difficult to search the name, but I'm happy that I have him now. Ashika said, is there a way to just forget about the past and move on? Ashika, with my experience, it's not advisable to do that because that just means that you're repressing whatever it is that you are going through. It's better for you to actually go through it and heal through the process and know that you've closed that chapter. It is possible to repress your memories and your feelings by adding new memories to them, but it's like sweeping dust under a mat. It's still there even though you can't see it. So the healing process helps you to just sweep it out and throw it away so that it's gone. So that would be my advice for you. I discovered it when I was in a hotel that darkness and quietness made me sleep so well. I knew when I got home I had to have it. Yeah. I just realized it when I moved to Cyprus because back home we would have very light colored curtains, but all of my apartments here have always had that, so I am lucky. Really, Danelle, let me search. No, I am going to give him a jacket so it is easier for you to find him. The ghosted lady said, Quentin, yes, that's my coping mechanism. No music, no TV, no calls, just the silence. Yes, it is very much needed. And I have to inform everyone when I'm taking a day like that because they tend to worry. They tend to wonder what is going on. Lungi, I think if you can click on his profile now, you'll be able to find him because you have a spanner. Okay. All right. All right. So everyone who can't find Quentin, you can just click on his name. If you need to, just let me know. I'll give you the moderator. Lungi said, I clicked on his profile from comments by searching. He doesn't show up subbed. Okay. Done. Thanks, Dineo. Good morning, princess. How are you doing this morning? Dineo is... She says, you're welcome, Lungi. Linda, I'm late. Good morning. It's all right, Linda. Thank you so much for joining. I was watching your vlog this morning. It was very beautiful. And I was asking if you have discovered what was actually giving you the headaches. Was it the coffee? Because at some point I was suffering from headaches and they actually recommended coffee. So I thought it would be interesting if the reverse is true. Emily, hello. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining the live. If you are not yet, please subscribe, watch one of my videos and leave a comment so I know you are part of the family. Morning, Linda and Princess from Dineo and Catherine is saying good morning. So Princess and Linda and Emily, we are talking about coping mechanisms. So what do you do when you are feeling low, when you're feeling overwhelmed? What type of things that do you do to feel better? And we have listed a number of things. We have spoken about comfort food, music, dancing, watching cartoons. We have spoken about reading the Bible, drinking. We have also spoken about quiet, which was something that Quentin spoke about, and we all thought it was profound because it's very hard for us to find the quiet. And the word of the day is Kutenda. Kutenda, which means to be grateful or to thank someone. So we are speaking about gratitude, which is going to be my last point of one of the things that I do to cope. Ashika, I sometimes wish I can delete all old chats and pics of the people that hurt me, but I keep revisiting them and the anger starts afresh. I know this is not cool. So, Linda was speaking about this in one of her lives, I think it was last week, that she's grateful that she has a forgiving heart because it's very, very hard. For me, I also struggle with this a lot, forgiving people and forgetting and actually not reliving the emotions that I went through when whatever happened. But it takes time. It takes time. It takes healing. It takes time. And it also takes you being in a better place. So for me, I think because of what I think of human beings now, I give a lot of people grace. That doesn't mean I'm going to bring you back into my life if you've hurt me. But it just means that I try and understand what you were thinking when you did what you did, and I try and understand where it was coming from. Hurt people hurt people. I'm not making an excuse for anyone, but also people that are just evil and bad hurt people. But when you hold on to that anger, it's doing nothing but taking up space in your mind and in your heart. But when you let go, you help yourself, because every time you're getting angry, that person probably doesn't even know. It's not affecting that person in any way or the other. So it is better for you to let go, not for them, but for yourself. There is a quote that I always try and refer it to when I'm finding it hard to forgive, and it is that forgiveness is not for the other person, it is for yourself, because you have to let it go in order for you to completely move on from the situation. Because when you don't forgive, you still give that person power. Like you're saying, you relive the anger, you relive the hurt, that's still giving the person power. So number one, the person has hurt you, but they still have the power to make you angry even now, months or years later. So now that I see things in that way, I'm very intentional about healing and forgiving people. I don't usually, actually, I never. Once you hurt me, we cut ties, but I never have hard feelings. You are forgiven, but you just don't have another chance to hurt me again. Good morning, Joanna. Good morning. How are you? How are you doing today? So Linda said, thanks for watching, Dre. I just found out that it's not coffee. Apparently, I have to increase my water intake. Oh, I see. All right. And I wonder if caffeine is dehydrating. I don't know. But okay, I'm happy to hear that, Linda. I'm happy to hear that you found the reason and therefore you can work towards the solution. Haha, I also did that. Yes, it's something that most of us struggle with. It's hard to forgive people, but you just have to remember that it's for you and it's not for them, because sometimes we don't forgive them because we are still begrudging them for what they did, right? But it doesn't help you to do that, and it doesn't hurt them either. It doesn't affect them. So for your own good, you just have to be intentional about it. Catherine is greeting Princess. Luni said, healed people heal people. Yes. Wow. We always go on the negative, don't we, Lungi? We always say hurt people hurt people, but healed people heal people. I love that. I love that a lot. Okay, Linda, I thought maybe you needed to drink decaf. Yeah, I was asking because when I was having headaches, they just recommended me to take more caffeine, which I was very happy about because I used to drink a lot of coffee. Like every day I used to drink coffee, especially when I was working in the office. But now I hardly drink coffee, but I have tea every day, and it also has caffeine. Contrary to prior belief, tea also has caffeine, but I guess it's better for you. I don't know. Healed people heal people. Thank you, Lungi. Yes, forgive them for you. Exactly. Yes, forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is also healing. Very much so, Catherine. Joanna. So, we are talking about coping mechanisms. How do you cope when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling low, and when you're feeling sad? And we have listed a number of things that include music, comfort food, baking, cooking, I'm sure, for you as well. We have spoken about being quiet, getting rid of the noise, any type of noise, and just being quiet. And we also touched on forgiveness. We were just touching on forgiveness right now because sometimes we hang on to things that hurt us more than we think it's hurting the other person. So, to get out of that, we need to heal. And Lungi said, healed people heal people. I love that. Mangwanani Jojo, Henrico, I hope I have said that well. Hello, how are you doing? And thank you for joining the live. Please subscribe to the channel if you aren't, and like the live as you come in. And if you watch one of my videos, please leave me a comment there so I know you are part of the family. Yes, and Jojo, the word for today is Kutenda, which means being grateful or thanking someone. So, Kutenda is the word of the day. Yes. Ashika said, from experience, what I do when I encounter a problem a person that betrays me is I just try and make the person know that what they did is bad, and I'll try to move on with new people and focus on myself, which is all you can do, which is exactly what you need to do. Because I find that, and Lucy was speaking about this before, about cutting off people. Sometimes we tend to cut off people and we don't tell them why we are doing that. Because remember, we come from different backgrounds and different patterns. There are some behaviors that other people do that they believe is right. But because of where you come from, you feel that it's wrong. So if you cut people off without telling them why you're doing it or that it hurts you, they may never learn from the situation and they will go on to hurt someone else. But what you do is exactly what you need to do. Tell the person that they hurt you, give them a chance to do better. But depending on what they have done, sometimes it's just good to say, you hurt me in this way. I don't think we can continue to be friends, and move on and focus on yourself. That is perfect, Ashika. Princess said, my coping mechanism is staying in bed and switching off my phone. So you and Quinton have the right idea. Just getting rid of all the noise. Joanna said, I mean, I forgive them, but I never say to them that I forgive them. I do forgive them in order for me to heal and not hold grudges. Me too, Joanna. There are a lot of people that I forgave after the fact because whatever they did was so massive that it took me time to actually forgive them. It's not easy for me to forgive. I have to be very intentional about it, and it takes time. And for me, it takes time. So maybe 3 months after, a year after I've forgiven the person, I'm not going to go back and tell them, look, for what you did to me, you're forgiven. I just move on, but I have forgiven them. Now I'm a coffee drinker. That was me. That was me, Joanna. Every day, maybe even twice a day. But now I think maybe because I don't go to work physically, I don't need the coffee that much anymore. Sandile said, sometimes it's not all the things mentioned above. We need money. Sandile. That is a word. If someone was to give me $1,000 on my lap now, it would save me from a lot of stress and a lot of being overwhelmed. So yes, suddenly, sometimes all you need is money. Guys, Mutle is in the building. I want to scream. But I don't want to affect the people that are going to watch this later. But Mutle, I'm screaming inside right now. I am screaming. I'm so happy to have you back. I'm happy that your network issue is solved. I just know how much you were stressing. I know, because I know how hard you work and how much you had planned to be going on these lives, but we're here now. we are here now. So Joanna said, so lately I was overwhelmed. Funny enough, cooking was just the last thing on my mind, and all I did was pray, listening to gospel music, and finally managed to push back on workload needed to be in my fields. Perfect, Joanna. And yes, we did mention worship music and gospel music as part of the coping mechanisms. And of course, who are we going to turn to when things are, they say where you stop, God starts. So within your feeling the pressure and you being overwhelmed, prayer is the way. Joanna said, yes, suddenly you speak my language. That is the universal language, Joanna. Money solves a lot of problems. But yes, and also, Joanna, that's another thing that I wanted to touch on, because when we have a lot of goals and we have a lot of things in front of us, it also makes us feel overwhelmed, because how can you climb to the very top of the mountain without taking the first step? So I feel like we look at what we have to do as this huge mountain, and because of that, it's hard for us to actually start, and then we don't do anything. But when we take it a step at a time and we tick off one task at a time, it also helps us with whatever workload or whatever goal we have. So that is one of my coping mechanisms. I plan out things and I start with the things that are the most priority, and I start with the things that I can do, because there are some things that I definitely can't tackle at that moment. But when I do it one after the other, it helps me a lot. Joanna said, I do tell when they hurt, but I realize they will never say sorry. Yeah, I was having this discussion the other day. How do you forgive someone who has never said sorry? I think that would be the topic of tomorrow's live. How do you forgive someone who hasn't asked for forgiveness, who hasn't apologized? That is going to be the topic for tomorrow, and it's gonna be deep. So I am going to be waiting for you to help me so we can discuss together. Linda said, Kutenda sounds more like a vendor word. Yes, I'm sure in vendor, and I'll ask Mercado later, but I'm sure they have something very similar, because with all the South African languages, I always pick up something that is very close sounding to what we have. Muhle, muhle, mangwanani. Lungi said, forgiveness is so hard. I remember my ex-husband used to trigger so much. I had to come up with a strategy. I said to myself, I forgive him in advance. So he had 100 forgivenesses in advance. Wow. Powerful. And since from that time till today, he never triggered me. Whatever he did, I just said, I forgive him. And he didn't know that strategy worked, and I don't feel bothered by him. Wow. How powerful is that, Lungi? How powerful is that? I am forgetting the exact scripture, but when they asked Jesus, how many times should you forgive someone? Right? There are infinite times to forgive someone. But when we do it after the fact, like for me, it takes me a long time to do that. But if you already have that strategy that, look, you have 4,449 times to make mistakes and I'm going to forgive you, it means that I already know that you have the forgiveness there waiting for you. That's powerful. I am going to take in that strategy for myself and everything. Mangwanani Mushle. Linda said, healed people heal others. Love that so much. And it is true. That is absolutely true. We have the power. And like you said, Catherine, forgiveness is healing. It definitely is. Yes, Sandile Money. Exactly, Longstar. Spot on, Sandile. Yes, the money. Where the money resides, we don't need coping mechanisms. Joanna is greeting Dineo. Lungi said, you must remember other people trigger you on purpose. Yes. Manage your feelings and control them. Yes. Lungi, there are people that thrive on the reactions they can get from you. They push you like an elevator button to get a reaction from you. And you know, within psychology, when we are talking about divorces and when people break up, how men know or women know that the relationship is over or the marriage is over is when they don't get a reaction from their partner. So we were talking about nagging. So anytime they put their socks on the floor, why are you putting your socks on the floor? Why is this? Anytime they come home late, look at the time. Why are you coming home late? They come home late 2, 3 nights in a row. You're just like, oh, welcome. How are you doing? Oh, I hope you had fun. That's when they know that it's over. So we have to be mindful of that. Yo, Lungster, people are evil out there. Imagine people going to Mars to hurt someone. Shame. Yes. Also, we have to understand that as much as healed people heal people, there are people who have been hurt and their sole purpose in life is to just to hurt other people. And it happens when I feel that when your innocence is taken away, and especially at a younger age. And that's why, you know, I'm always talking about children, because it has an impact on how they behave later on in life. So when it's taken away too early, they don't build up this idea of being good or being mindful of what they do with other people. I already answered for tomorrow. Okay. But yes, Joanna. We will deep delve down in that again tomorrow, but let me just write it down before I forget, because it is possible for me to forget these topics. So tomorrow, how do you heal someone? How do you forgive someone who hasn't said? Okay, I got it. Okay, I am going to go through the comments for the next 2 minutes, and I have an announcement. So I was waiting for everyone to join because I have an announcement. It's not my announcement, but I'm excited like it is my announcement. So stay tuned. Gideon said, easy, forgive them in advance. Exactly. That's something I'm going to incorporate in my life. That is powerful. We must guard our heart. Yes, Lungi, it's very important, because out of the heart the mouth speaks, and there is power in the tongue. Yes, sounds so Venda. Great. Lungi said Matthew 18 verses 21 to 35. Thank you, Lungi. Thank you so much for that. I will take a screenshot of that so I can go back to it. Dineo, Lungi is giving you all the love. All the rudo is coming your way, Dineo. My Lungstar, it's better crying in a Bentley. Yes, Lungi, it is. Tapping your face tissues in a Bentley with that bee behind you is better than on a bicycle. Ashika's asking how often I go live stream. So every weekday, Monday to Friday, at this same time, I go live every weekday. Lungi Babes Bentley as that bee in the back. Linda said, also with forgiveness, it's not about the offender, but more about you. Yes, you are literally releasing them. It's not about them asking for forgiveness or not. Okay, Linda. That is something I need to screenshot for tomorrow as well. Thank you. Steve said, hi, baby girl. Hello, Steve. How are you? True, Linda. I always look at it in that way so I can be able to move forward. Yes. Jojo's giving some good stuff in the Bentley. Yes, and traveling the world again. Exactly. We need to be doing those reels where we have all our passports and then we're just like on to the next destination. So yeah, sometimes money is the best coping mechanism. My pastor said sinners know only to sin. Yes. So some people are not even aware that they are doing it until they are delivered. That is so true, Lingy. That is so true. So it's very important for us to know that when people do that to us, so that we know that we're doing this forgiveness and healing for ourselves. Because sometimes you're getting angry at someone who doesn't even know why you're angry. Steve said it's Steve from South Africa. Hey Steve from South Africa, says Joanna. Thank you, Steve, for joining the live. Please don't forget to like the live and please also subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment on one of my videos so I know you're really a part of this family. Why are you announcing someone's announcement? But because she asked me to. She asked me to make the announcement because she's not feeling well. Crying at the seashells, eating sushi, watching blue skies and white sands. Guys, yes. What a coping mechanism. Okay, guys, so I will be leaving the live in about 5 minutes, but the announcement is that Poloko got her pin. Woo, 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 woo. She got her pin and she said that I should tell everybody because, as you know, she's not feeling well. But yeah, she got her pin. So congratulations to Poloko. So yes, we are congratulating Poloko today. We are so happy for her, and yeah, on to bigger and better things for her. It's only up from here. It is only up from here. Okay, so Poloko, when you listen back to this, Lungi says po 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 po. Tineo is also saying po 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 po. Princess, so happy for her. Sia is blowing those celebratory trumpets. Congratulations from Lungi, congratulations from Linda, and po 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 from Joanna. Congratulations, Poloko. It's on, Poloko. It is. Congratulations. Finally, she better make those withdrawals. Oh, yes. We are all the way up. Yes, we are, Dinero. Yes, we are. Yes, Ashika, we are celebrating Poloko. She did it, guys. She did it. It is possible. It's possible for a gray yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. I just thought of Cinderella right there. But it is possible for Poloko to do it, and it is possible for us to do it. So my favorite quote is, when God is in the neighborhood, celebrate because he is in the neighborhood. The next place is coming is to you. We are so happy for Poloko. Guys, she put in the work and the work brought the results. We are so happy. So a win for one is a win for all of us. It is. It definitely is. That's exactly what I was saying. The blessings are in the neighborhood, guys. So we are so happy. This is so beautiful. True, Ashika said. Exactly, Lungi. Yes, Lungi, and it's encouraging. 100%. It shows us that it is possible. Ha ha ha. Listen to you sing. I always break into song, and it's usually something from cartoons or Disney. Dineo, don't you want to go live at 1? I have a meeting at 12. Dineo, what do you think about that? So true, Lungi. Yes, it is. It is. Let me try. Okay, Steve Kiabatwe. Is that correct? Dineo said celebrate because he's in the neighborhood. He sure is. Who is live next? I'm hoping Mutle is going to go live in the next few minutes because this is her slot. I saw her in the live, so I'm hoping that means that her network is steady now. So we should be going over to Mutle. Yes, it's Sandile. He put a profile picture. That is him. Lungi, I think I'll be strong enough from Monday. I'll be canceling my live for tomorrow. Okay, Dineo. We are praying for your speedy recovery. We're praying that you get stronger and stronger by the day. You are healed by his stripes. You are healed. Sianda Maseko. Yes, I'm sure I read that correctly. Sia, hi, how are you doing? So you have just joined the live as we are. Oh, Mutle is at work, but we will see. Okay. So you have just joined the live as we are leaving. I'll be leaving in 2 minutes, but I come on live at this same exact time every day, every weekday, that is. So please join me again tomorrow so you don't miss out. Please press that subscribe button, like the live, and just comment on one of my videos so I know you are part of the family. Thank you so much. Mutle, are you the one going live? Oh yeah. Sia said she's at work. Okay, Dineo, no problem. And we are sending hugs your way. Dineo, amen, amen. Get well, Dineo. Amen to that. Amen. Okay, 1 o'clock is open. If someone wants it, I'll go live if I see an opening. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. This was a very, very nice discussion. I took notes on some of the other coping mechanisms I can use. And this was such a great discussion, guys. Thank you so much. I subbed. Thank you, Ashika. Thank you so much. Coolungstar, Coolio. All right, guys. So let's say our goodbyes so we can move on. I don't know who's gonna go live, but I will join the lives. If I am working, I will catch up on the lives. But I think I will use, if Mushle doesn't go live, I'll use this hour to catch up on everyone's vlogs. Don't go. I have to go. Unfortunately, I have to go. I have so much to do. Bye, guys. It was good to see you. Goodbye, Johanna. Ntando Kazi. Oh, that sounds nice. Ntando. I think Ntando means love. Is that right? But that sounds beautiful. Your name sounds so beautiful. Linda said goodbye, guys. Bye, Lungi. Bye, everyone. Ntando, you are coming just as we are leaving. You pronounce the name so well. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's because it sounds very similar to Ndebele. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Ntando, we are leaving, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will be going live again tomorrow, same time. So an hour before you joined is the time that I start my lives. I hope to see you tomorrow, and hopefully you will tell me exactly what your name means because it sounds so beautiful. I have subbed. Thank you very much, Nintendo. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so I will be ending the live in exactly a minute 30 seconds so that I can get to the 1 hour mark. I thought I would be at the 1 hour mark at exactly 12, but I think I started late. Imagine being late to your own life. But yes, I'll just use this time to read people's goodbyes. All right. Goodbye, Sia. Goodbye, Ashika. Goodbye, Lungi. Goodbye, Princess. Goodbye, Jojo. Goodbye, Linda. Goodbye, Dineho. Goodbye, guys. All right. So, if I was not afraid of copyright, I would just sing until the 1 hour mark. Because I have like 40 seconds late. Goodbye, Ntando. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lungi. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the rudo. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. Okay. I am feeling so great right now, and I needed to get to a minute. Oh, to a minute. Dinero Stole. Mm-hmm. Maybe you guys are are related a little bit. Now, Stole is a very common surname in Zimbabwe, and so is Dube. So is Moyo, which means heart. So it could be that, but maybe you can maybe you can look at it. Okay, guys, so I'm finally leaving now. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.